Do you consume enough vitamin C for your levels of stress and anxiety? Maybe you didn't know that vitamin C was an important mental health nutrient. Well, today we're going to talk about how vitamin C can bring some much needed sunshine as well as stress relief into your life. Vitamin C is an important nutrient for various physiological processes, but today we're going to discuss why if you have higher levels of stress and consequently likely anxiety, how we really want to keep tabs on this nutrient. So let's do this. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin that's important for various bodily functions. What it means to be water-soluble is essentially that we do not store these nutrients in our bodies for very long, and therefore we need essentially a constant supply of them on a daily basis through our diet. Vitamin C plays a role in immunity, collagen synthesis, antioxidant protection, and various metabolic processes. Vitamin C is also involved in the synthesis of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood and affect cognition and behavior. And this is one of the main reasons why I've considered vitamin C a really important mental health nutrient so far. But when I learned about some studies where people were utilizing vitamin C specifically for anxiety and having pretty good clinical outcomes, I suspected that there was likely something else going on. So in addition to its role in neurotransmitter synthesis and being a major antioxidant that helps combat oxidative stress, vitamin C additionally helps manage stress and cortisol, which for many people is a precursor to their anxiety. Or at least goes hand in hand with it. So how does vitamin C do this? It's pretty sciencey. We'll sum it up as efficiently as possible, but essentially it has to do with your hypothalamic pituitary axis, otherwise known as your HPA axis. Animal studies strongly suggest that absorbic acid supplementation reduces stress-induced cortisol release. Absorbic acid produces what is referred to as a braking effect in the HPA axis, which prevents hypercortisolism and stress-related disorders. The braking effect occurs when increased cortisol levels produces absorbic acid release from the adrenals. High absorbic acid levels in the adrenal glands, as well as its release in response to ACTH, also suggests that absorbic acid plays an important role in the stress response. So vitamin C is helping you combat your oxidative stress as well as now your psychological stress, so it's somewhat having a modulatory effect on your nervous system. So let's look at some of the studies I mentioned earlier regarding vitamin C intake and anxiety. In this study, high school students were given 500 milligrams of vitamin C daily for 14 days, or essentially 2 weeks. The vitamin C significantly reduced anxiety compared to placebo, and the students who took vitamin C also had a significant drop in their heart rate. How cool is that? Given that the literature data indicates that absorbic acid may have an anti-anxiety effect, this study wanted to see if a single oral administration could acutely affect emotional states. Like, how instantaneously could vitamin C help me with my anxiety? Turns out, about 2 hours. Subjects who were given the vitamin C had a significant drop in their anxiety levels after 2 hours compared with those taking the placebo, but only in those that had the highest baseline level of anxiety to start with, which is kind of interesting. So based upon these studies, as well as what we now know about vitamin C, how much should we be aiming for our daily intake? But before that, if you're getting value out of this video so far, then please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, smash the like, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Back to the video. Okay, so the current RDA for vitamin C for men is 90 milligrams, and for women, it's 75 milligrams per day. This is not a lot. You could get this from essentially eating like 1 kiwi or a cup of strawberries a day. However, the RDA is intended to prevent deficiency diseases like scurvy, which is a vitamin C deficiency disease that people used to die from. But the point is that the RDA is not intended to support nutrient status for optimal health. If you want to know more about some of the issues with the RDA and why we should often be aiming much higher for this, then please check out the video I will link here that goes over that in more detail. The Linus Pauling Institute recommends that in order to reach an adequate plasma level of vitamin C concentration to support the various processes that vitamin C is involved in, is that while for some people they can reach this plasma concentration with an intake of 200 milligrams per day, others may need around 400 milligrams to reach the same plasma concentration because of different absorption factors, some of which are genetic. So overall, they recommend 400 milligrams a day for everyone, since it's really hard to know how these absorption factors, genetics, etc. may all impact us personally. Now, I want to share with you something incredibly important about vitamin C, and it has to do with absorption. And that is that we generally only absorb a few hundred milligrams of vitamin C at a time. So essentially we absorb about 100% of vitamin C up to 200 milligrams. And then after that, especially at higher doses above 500, we absorb fractionally less and less the higher that the dose is. And then we excrete the excess through our urine. I really want you to understand this for two important reasons. One, taking a higher dose vitamin C is not necessarily better than a lower dose. I let people know that when they're taking extra vitamin C for their immune system or something like that, you're actually better off buying a lower dose vitamin C and then taking that several times throughout the day than you are just taking one 1,000 milligram dose. This is one of the reasons why I often prefer multivitamins where the dose is actually twice a day, because vitamin C isn't the only nutrient where you only absorb so much of it at once. So at least if you're taking it multiple times throughout the day, then you have multiple opportunities to absorb more of those nutrients. Two, if we're trying to figure out how we get enough vitamin C out of our food alone, it's likely going to require that you eat foods high in vitamin C at more than one meal. So here's what 400 milligrams of vitamin C looks like in a day. We had our kiwi from before, which is about 90 milligrams, and a half a cup of strawberries, which is about 85. Now let's add one whole medium-sized bell pepper, about 95 milligrams, and a cup of steamed broccoli at around 100 milligrams. Here is two different lists of the highest dietary sources of vitamin C. One of them is from the NIH and the other one is from the Linus Pauling Institute. I will leave a link to both of those below. While it's important to know that heat does destroy vitamin C, it doesn't mean that you should only eat raw foods or get your vitamin C from raw foods, which is why I gave you the steamed broccoli example for a reason. We get benefits from foods being both cooked and raw, so it's generally important that we consume them both. But when it does come to cooking, steaming, microwaving, and stir frying often preserve water-soluble nutrients the most. So now that you've seen all of this, I would love to know from you in the comments below, are you getting enough vitamin C for your anxiety and stress levels? One of the things that I love the most about fruits and vegetables is their seasonality and how that seasonality actually supports our physical health. So for example, we get berries in the summer to give us a ton of extra antioxidants and certain nutrients that protect us from sun damage. And we get vitamin C rich foods like citrus fruits in the winter to support our immune system, stress resiliency, and also to bring just a little bit of sunshine into our lives that helps lift our mood. If you enjoyed this video and want to know about other important nutrients for anxiety, then check out this video up here, which is a deep dive that I did on nutrition and anxiety. So hopefully I'll see you in that one. So let's do this. Whoa, I can't juggle.